having a wonderful Friday. I hope you've had a good week. And I hope that maybe if you had a stressful week that I can help to lighten that, and we can finish the week off on a happy, creative note, an inspired note, if you will, right? How is everybody doing out there? Michelle is here. Eric is here. Hey guys. Hope you're having a good one. I'm excited. I've got a fun show. I've got a lot of beautiful beads in today's show. I have a really cool project that I think a lot of you are going to be inspired by. This is going to be a project where if you are not a bead weaver, maybe this will be the kind of crossover that you need to get you into that. I've got tons of seed beads in the show. I have beautiful, beautiful things that you guys are going to love, and lots of good vibes too. I've got lots of good vibes. Got some love and peace to spread around today. So looking forward to it. But first I want to say hey to everybody. Hey, Susanna. Gina's here. Julie from New York. Hello, Connie from Georgia. Tori is here. Cindy's here. Paulette is here. It's good to see you. Miss Wendy, Barb girl. So glad y'all are in the house. Hello, Miss Jackie. I hope you're having a great afternoon. All right, listen up. Ruth is here as well. Hey, Ruth. and everybody else that I didn't get to say your name. I'm so glad that you're here. So let's talk about it. You want to? Let's talk about it. It is our seed bead frenzy going on right now on artbeads.com, where seed beads are up to 35% off. And not only that, but there are up to 75 new colors that have been added to our selection of seed beads. That's a ton of seed beads. So if you're interested in those colors, or at least a sampling of those and anything else that I've got in the show today, you can click on the shopping bag and it's going to bring up all of the beady goodness that is in the show today. I'm not going to go through all of the seed bead colors. I'm really going to focus on the wish kits today, but there are tons of other colors that are included in the show. I do have them, so if you want to see some of them in person, you absolutely can ask, and I will be happy to show those to you after the project today. But they're there if you just want to browse through all of those. Definitely take a look at those. I've got one out of those that I definitely have to show off because it reminds me of one of our community members for a funny reason. So just don't let me forget about that at the end. But we are focusing on seed beads, and we have partnered with Team Toho on a little something special that I want to talk to you guys about before we get turned around and before we talk about the shopping bag and all of those things. I want to show you guys our postcards. Now, you've probably seen our other designers talk about these as well, but I definitely want to share this with you guys from me to you at the moment here. So even if you've already heard about these, I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. So these are these beautiful little postcards that, I say little, and I mean that in a loving way, not in a size way, because this is a good size postcard here, but this is a beautiful postcard. And these postcards are to honor the 80th anniversary of the bombings on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And so we have paired, as I mentioned, with Team Toho to put together something kind of special where we are going to take a select few of these that we have, and we're going to let you guys tell us who to send these to. So what exactly does that mean? That means that you need to reach out to us via some of our social media that we have pinned with the information about these, or you can reach out to our customer support as well and let us know if there's somebody special in your life that you would like to send one of these to, and why. Why do you think that that person needs one of these in their life? It could be somebody special, somebody that you're just thinking about, maybe somebody who's going through a hard time right now, or somebody that you want to congratulate for something, birthday wishes, anniversary wishes, whatever you want to do to spread some love and happiness. Just let us know who that person is and why you think they might be deserving of one of these, and our team's going to go through and pick out some of those and send these out to spread some of the love and peace into our beady universe. So I think they're very, very sweet, and I'm looking forward to reading through all of the submissions. So if you're interested in participating, please let us know so that we can spread some love and peace and happiness around with our beady goodness. What better way right? Beads. It's all about the beads. All right, so speaking of beads, I'm going to turn you around and we're going to take a look at these wish kits. And while I'm showing off the wish kits, we're going to talk about how easy it is. You can shop with us. So I'm going to turn the camera. We're going to go ahead and get started. Excuse my materials here. I got a lot of things on the table today. All right, so we're going to take a look at these Make-A-Wish kits, and since all of these seed beads are on sale at the moment, that makes these amazing little wish kits from Toho. That puts those on sale. They're regularly $28.99, but right now they're $19.99. Guys, they're so cute. They're so cute. I absolutely adore these. There are 3 different ones. We're going to look at each one of them. I know I've shown them to you before, but I want to show them to you again, and then we're going to make a project. So while you are taking a look at these beautiful beads, if you are just now joining us for the first time, welcome in. But I want to let you know how to shop with us. You can click on the shopping bag at any point during today's show. As I mentioned before, it's going to bring up all the items that are in today's show, as well as items that I might not show, but could go with the project or would work well with what we are doing. You can add those items to your cart as well as check out, all while still watching the show. It just makes me a little bit smaller. When you finish that process, you can click on me and it makes me big again, so you don't have to navigate away. However, if you do have to navigate away, you can always find us again very easily at artbeads.com/live. Now, I can see all of your comments if you're joining us on the Artbeads website for this this live that we are doing. But if you're joining us from somewhere else like Facebook or YouTube, I can't see your comments. That doesn't mean I don't want you to comment. It just means I can't see them. So if you want me to see the comments and you maybe want, your comment to be discussed, if you've got a question or an idea that you want to share, I encourage you to come over to artbeads.com/live and join us that way. It's also the one place where you have to be in order to win. We're going to do a giveaway today. So if you want to be a part of the giveaway and get your chance to win one of these beautiful Make-A-Wish kits, I encourage you to come on over and join us from the big show. All right, everybody. Katie says, I'm here, Sarah. I'm glad you're here, Katie. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad all of you are here. All right, so let's take a look here. The Make-A-Wish kits come in 3 different configurations. This one is beautiful pastels. They are really, really beautiful. There's the beautiful creamy white, the pink, a soft buttery yellow, orange, minty green, 2 different shades of blue, and then a purple. And love that. Not only do these have those beads in them, though, they also have some little extras. These are the cutest little gift ever. They look like little baskets. I think they are super cute. We talked about these before as being stocking stuffers, which I think is a great idea. Stuff them in your own stocking, or someone that you know that's a maker or could be a maker. They also come with some information here talking about Toho and all of the beads. There's also the pattern for the peace ring that is in here. That was designed by Rochelle Peterson. Some of you guys remember seeing her with us at Bead Fest. She's pretty amazing, I just want to say. Love me some Rochelle. Beautiful ring design here. So you've got a little pattern. You also have a little bead mat to work on. There is some thread, some needle, a needle, as well as some scissors. So it's really kind of a little project if you want to follow the project to create the peace ring. It's everything you need to create that, and then you still have all of these beautiful beads to work with to make other things with. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So this is the one with the pastels in it. This one is number 2. So this is wish number 2. Wish number 1 is the bold rainbow. I love this one. There is the beautiful silver lined gold, the silver lined clear, yellow, orange, red, green, blue, and a darker blue. Absolutely beautiful mix of colors here. And then last but not least is number 3. And this one is my favorite. This is the one that I have used before. We made a little ring out of this one, and I'm going to use this one again today to help us to create a really fun little bracelet. This one's extra cool because it has some extra shapes in it. Let me just take them out for you so you can see them, because we're going to be using them anyway, so I may as well just take those out. So this one has the gold, the beautiful red. It's this kind of bronzy gold in there. There's the hematite color, silver lined clear, a beautiful purple. And then this one also has the tube beads in it. Now, I know some of you out there are like, those are bugle beads. I don't like that word. So it gives me the ick. So as far as I'm concerned, these are tube beads. We're using the tube beads today, which I used in my project before, but I wanted to show you another way to use these because I feel like sometimes the tube beads don't get as much love as they need. They're super fabulous and really fun to add some really cool texture to your designs that's a little different. So they're in the gold and then some in the black. We're going to be using the gold for our project today, but you could use any combination of these that you wanted. We're also going to be incorporating some extra check glass beads to this. So I'm using some check glass druck beads in this really beautiful minty colored green that I think is fabulous. However, if this color is not your favorite, I picked out a couple of other color choices and added those to the shopping bag. So if you perhaps would like to try a different color combination with your seed beads, check out what's in the shopping bag and see some of the other selections that I picked out, because I think that those choices would be really beautiful for a project as well. And not to stop you from checking out what else is out there, be sure you check out the website, because just because we have some beads in the show doesn't mean that there are not a million more available on the website. So I picked out some that I liked, picked out some that I thought you would like, but there are so many more check glass beads that are available on ourbeads.com. So even if you don't see any in the shopping bag that you love, that you think would go good with your project, I'm sure that you could find some on the website that you would be happy with. All right, so we are going to get right into it. A lot of times I focus more on the materials than the project, but this project is so cool. I really want to get started on it, and we can chat, we can do whatever as we are working. I also have a thread burner in the show as well that I'm going to be using to burn my thread. So lots of things you're going to be able to find under that shopping bag, but I want to show you the bracelet. So this is my little Art Deco inspired bracelet that we are going to be creating. This is a 2-needle project. It is a nice beginner level project. If you are not a seed beater, if you are a stringer, or you are a wire person, this is a really good dip your toes in the water with seed beads kind of project. And I think the results are really beautiful. It actually looks like a bracelet that you would buy from a high-end jewelry store. I mean, just the shape and everything. It looks like a high-end piece, and if you swapped out your druck beads for maybe a gemstone bead or even like a prestige crystal, you could really elevate this and take this to the next level. But just the design itself, the shape of each one of the links, it looks like high-end jewelry. It's very easy to create. So that's what we are going to do today. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get us started. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time because I don't know if we'll actually be able to get through the entire bracelet, but I do want to show you as many of the steps as possible to get through this. So I'm going to get us started here, taking all of my check glass druck beads off of the strands, so I have those ready to go. I'm also going to pour out some of these beautiful tube beads, as well as some of our gold lined beads here. All right, so let's get right into it. So I am using some Wildfire in Frost. I'm using the white 50 yards. I am a Wildfire girl all day, every day, and so that's what I have in the show for you. However, if you would prefer Fireline or 1G or Nymo or something like that, please feel free to use whatever you want, but I do prefer the Wildfire. It is my favorite for all of my beading projects. I've taken a long piece of that is about 2 wingspans, so I'm looking at about 5 feet. I know that might be a little bit more than we actually need, but I do like to reinforce my projects quite a bit, so I use a lot of it. You're also folding it in half, so keep that in mind as well. So you're going to add a needle to both ends of your thread. So cut a really long piece and then put a needle on both ends, okay? So we're going to be working right and left, which is kind of awkward until you get the hang of it. We're also going to be using a wire guardian on both ends of our project, and that's actually the very first thing that we are going to thread on. So we're going to take our needle. It doesn't matter which one you start with, but we are going to take one needle down through the wire guardian on one side, and then we're going to take our other needle and we're going to go down through the wire guardian on the other side. And I'm going to hold this up nice and close so you can see here in just a second, but I have to be able to see it first. I get to see first. Okay, so one needle through one side, one needle through the other side, and then you're going to pull. I like to take my two needles and hold those together, and I'm going to pull until this cord, or this wire guardian rather, has been pulled to the middle of my cord. Okay, so I still have one needle on one side and one needle on the other side, but I've pulled the wire guardian into the middle of that long piece of thread. Okay. All right, so now working from the center outwards is how we are going to do this. So I'm going to grab my two needles, okay, and I am going to pick up one of the seed beads, one of the little baby seed beads right here, okay, and I'm going to take that all the way over my needle, or take my needle through that, and then I'm going to take my other needle and I'm going to go through that same seed bead in the opposite direction. So when I pull, I will have cord running through that seed bead going in two different directions. I know it's a little hard to see, okay, and I'm going to pull, and I'm going to pull that all the way down until it is sitting right up next to my wire guardian. Just like that. Okay, and this should be in the center of your cord or your thread. No wonder they aren't 15s, but it's funny that you say that because I've got something I do want to show you in a little while that made me think of you. Stick around. Stick around. I've got something to show you that is exactly in reference to what you're saying, and it makes me giggle. So anyway, that's for a little bit later. But yeah, so you're going to pull that down, and now you've got your seed bead, and you still have a needle on the right and a needle on the left. Okay, so with one needle in one hand and one needle in the other, on both needles you're going to pick up one of the tube beads. So I'm going to pick up a tube bead on my right needle and a tube bead on my left needle, and I'm going to drop those down. And then I'm going to pick up a druck bead, and I'm going to thread that on to my right needle, and then I'm going to take my left needle and I'm going to go through that druck bead in the opposite direction. So just like with our seed bead, okay, I have my thread running in both directions. So when I pull, this is what I have. And your little wire guardian might get off centered a little bit. That's okay. If you want to pinch your wire guardian, that sometimes kind of helps a little. But I'm not super worried about it. See how it's kind of sitting off to the edge? I'm not worried about that. What I'm most concerned with is just this part right now. Okay. So cords are running in opposite directions. All right. I'm going to, again, a needle on the right and a needle on the left. I'm going to pick up a tube bead on my right needle, a tube bead on my left needle, drop those down, then on one needle pick up a seed bead. Okay, and again, you're going to take your cord and run it, or your thread rather, in the opposite direction with your other needle. So this bead will have cord running in two different directions going through it, just like our druck. So when you pull, this is what you've got. You've got your little diamond pattern here. And it's a little wonky at first. It's totally fine, okay? It's totally fine. You're gonna have those big gaps between your tube beads. We're gonna fill those in later, Okay, we're going to fill those in with seed beads, but right now this is what we're doing. Denise says, wow, I think I can actually do this one. I know you can do this one. I know you can do this one. This is a great beginner project for anybody who is even thinking about seed beading, because this is not hard. It is not hard at all. It's a really good way to get comfortable and confident using seed beads and needles and thread. All right, so now I am again back to my needles. Right hand picks up a tube bead, left hand picks up a tube bead, drops those down. Pick up a druck bead on one or the other of your needles, and take your other needle with your other hand and run through it in the opposite direction and pull. So we're really just kind of picking up some beads and then crisscrossing our thread, picking up some beads and crisscrossing our thread. Okay. All right. Then again, pick up a tube bead on the right, tube bead on the left. Okay. And then pick up a seed bead, and you're going to crisscross your threads through that seed bead instead of the druck bead. So with your seed bead, take your needle, both needles through that bead in opposite directions, and then pull. Okay. And when you pull, you do have to, you have to coax it a little bit, but not much. Don't think that they're just going to magically pop into the shape that you want. You do kind of have to help it along a little bit, but for the most part, it's pretty easy. Okay. What size needles am I using? I am using, I believe these are 10s. I'm pretty sure. It's whatever size is in the Make-A-Wish kit, which I believe is a 10. I think we had this question last time and I forgot what the answer to that was. I believe it's a 10. However, if you need needles, I do have needles in the show, an assortment of 10, 11, and 12. So, all right, now a bead on the right. So a tube bead on the right, a tube bead on the left, right? And then pick up a druck and cross your needles through the druck, one in one direction, one in the other direction, so that you pull your thread and it pulls down into that. Okay. And then again, a tube bead on the right, a tube bead on the left, and now this time we're going to cross our threads through a seed bead instead of a druck. So we're just alternating, right? We're picking up tube beads, one on each thread, and then we are either picking up a druck or picking up a seed bead. And anytime you pick up a druck or a seed bead, you're going to crisscross your thread through it. And that is basically all there is to this to get from one side to the other. Now, it does take a little bit of time. I'm not going to pretend like this is, the quickest project ever and you're going to zip right through this. Seed bead projects are not like that. So if you're into instant gratification jewelry, seed beading might not be your thing, but it also doesn't take forever. It's just one of those things where you just kind of get in the groove and you get going and maybe throw on your favorite show or your favorite podcast and you do the pattern, and in just a little while you've made it to the other end of the bracelet. So we're going to go as far as we can, but we're not going to go all the way to the end. So we're going to make a very miniature sized, whoops, we need to pick up a druck this time. We're going to create a miniature sized version of this bracelet just so that I can be sure that you get every single step. So we certainly are not going to make it all the way to the end, but you'll get all the steps. All right, so pull. Okay. All right, and then again, tube bead on the right, tube bead on the left, And then we need to pick up a seed bead, and we will cross our threads inside that seed bead and pull. I can tell you for sure that it is a lot more awkward to do this on camera than it is to just do it on your own. It's very awkward because the cord is long and the camera is down and it's far away from my face, and it's a little awkward for me. It's going to be much, much easier for you, I can promise you. All right, a tube bead on the right, a tube bead on the left, and then we're going to pick up a druck bead and cross our threads. All right, so now while I am doing this, just want to remind you again. I don't know why I started that statement with a "so now." just ignore me. I don't know. Yeah, so if you're just now joining us, or if you need a little reminder, you can click on the shopping bag at any point and see all the items that are in the show. I have more seed beads than what you're actually seeing here that are in the show. So definitely check on those by clicking on the shopping bag. You can add those to your cart. You can even do the checkout process all while watching. Super easy, very convenient for shopping. And if you're joining us from somewhere other than artbeads.com/live, I encourage you to make your way over here to the big show, because we're going to do a giveaway here in just a little bit. And you've got to be joining us from artbeads.com to enter. Okay, so if you want your chance to win one of these beautiful wish kits today, you're going to need to make your way on over to the site. And conveniently for you, it is posted right there for you. So if you're joining us from YouTube, there should be a link to the main site right there for you to click on to make it easy for you to make your way over here. So just letting you know, we're going to do a giveaway here in a little bit, and you got to be here if you want to be a part of that. Okay. All right. Wanda. I like to make it a challenge. Otherwise, it's not any fun. And last week was hilarious because it took you guys forever to find it. And I'm hoping I get to do that again this time. So, yeah, get ready. Get ready for it. All right, we're going to take a look at how far we've come. See, even with me chit-chatting here, I'm making my way down. So here is the sample. So I'm right at about halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more druck beads. I don't know if we're going to make it, but we'll go as far as we can. All right, so, oops, sorry. Tube bead on the right, tube bead on the left. Pick up a druck. I'll tell you what, we'll add 3 more drucks, this one and 2 more, and then we'll go on to the next step, okay? Because we do have a lot of other things to do today. So, just want to be sure we have time for everything. Okay. All right, so we're going to pick up a tube bead on the right, tube bead on the left. Pick up your seed bead, and you're going to cross your needles through your seed bead. You know what? I'm feeling kind of anxious, so we're just going to add 1 more druck, okay? I told you, it's going to be a short bracelet. Might not fit everybody. The original will definitely fit everybody, but the one that we're doing right now is probably going to be pretty short, but that's okay. So picking up a bead on the right, picking up a bead on the left, and we're going to cross our needles through our druck. Labubu sized, exactly. a Labubu that this would fit on. It would probably be a good necklace for my Labubu though, or maybe a headband. All right, so we're going to pretend like we've made it all the way to the other side. Our bracelet is pretty much the length that we want, minus the hardware. And now we are ready to add our wire guardian to one end, okay? And then we're going to go back in and fill in with seed beads. So I'm going to pick up, again, a tube bead on each needle, okay? And drop that down. Okay, I'm also going to add another seed bead. So picking up my seed bead, going through my seed bead on with my other needle in the opposite direction. And I'm going to pull and bring that seed bead down, and then we're going to bring in the wire guardian for this side. Goodness. Okay. All right, so wire guardian, where have you gone? There you are. All right, we're going to do this pretty much the same way that we did when we started. So we're going to pick up our wire guardian, and we're going to take our right needle through the right side. Okay, we're going to take our left needle through the left side. Okay, and then we are going to crisscross through this. So where my cord on my right side is coming up the right side, I'm going to take that right needle and I'm going to go down through the left side. And then my needle on the other hand, my phone just keeps buzzing. Okay. Take my left needle and go down through the right side. And then when I pull all of the slack out of this, I'm pulling my wire guardian down close to my seed bead. Okay, just like so. Now I'm going to take my needles back through that seed bead in opposite directions as well. Okay, it's not hard, it's just I've got a lot of cord here, so it's kind of difficult to see. But basically, we just kind of treated the wire guardian like we would one of the beads, except that it has two holes. So, you know, we went down one side and with one needle and down the other side with the other needle. And then we're going to crisscross our needles again, or we're going to crisscross our needles again through that seed bead. So I'm going to take my right needle through on over to the left side. And then I'm going to take my left needle through that same seed bead over to the right side. Okay. All right, so now we are ready to go in and add beads because we have these openings between our two beads, which you can leave if you like it. It's cool, that's totally fine. But I want to fill mine in with seed beads. So I'm going to go with my needle on the right side here, and I'm going to pick up 1, 2, 3 seed beads. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm not, sorry, just kidding. I'm going to go through my tube bead first. I was about to add some beads and we're not going to have any room. I'm going to go through that first tube bead. Okay, so I'm exiting the tube bead. I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go through this very next tube bead, and it's going to pop those little seed beads right into that open space. Boop, just like that. Okay, take this needle and go through your seed bead that's right there where you have crisscrossed your thread before, to take this needle from one side of the project over to the other side. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing with our left needle. So I'm going to take my left-handed needle and I'm going to go down through the first tube bead on the left. Wanda knows all my secrets. And then I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go through that very next tube bead to pop those seed beads right into that space. okay? And then taking that needle and crossing it through that seed bead in the opposite direction of where that other needle is. So we're basically just going back through our piece, right? We are in fact reinforcing, as Wanda has mentioned. We are reinforcing. We're adding some beads to the open spaces as we go, and we're still crisscrossing at our seed beads. Okay, so now I am with my right-handed needle going through that first tube that I come up to. Okay. Pick up 3 seed beads, 1, 2, and 3, and then go through the next tube bead right there next to you. Pops those little seed beads into place. And then you're going to take your needle and thread and go through your seed bead from right to left to bring this needle over to the left hand of your project. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with our left cord and needle. So the left needle is going to go down through the tube bead, okay, pick up 3 seed beads, 1, 2, 3, and then go through the next tube and pull to pop those little seed beads in place, and then take your needle on the left, go through your seed bead from left to right to bring your needle over to the right side. And you can see you're just going to work your way all the way down, popping those little seed beads into those spaces. Okay, so let's go again. Right cord or right thread through the tube, pick up 3 seed beads, 1, 2, 3. Whoops, drop all of them off your needle, get mad at yourself, say some cuss words in your head, and then pick them up and proceed on. Use your sentence enhancers inside your head, crisscross over to the other side with your needle. Okay. Left needle, whoops, same thing. Down through the tube. Pick up 3 seed beads. All right, down through the tube. Hi, Mary. And then take your needle through the seed bead to cross over and bring your needle over to the right. And you're just going to go down the entire bracelet that way, right? Go all the way down till you get to the other side, filling in your seed beads. And when you get to the end, you can tie a half hitch knot and burn your thread off. Whatever you want to do, however you like to finish off your projects. I, for one, am partial to the half hitch knot, where you just tie a knot around the cord that you already have and then go through another bead, and then I will burn off the thread with my thread burner. Okay, so just to show you, because we're not going to have time to go through all of it, but to show you what you're going to end up with at the end is this. So you can see you've got all your little seed beads to fill in those spaces. The most important thing here is just to follow the path of the thread. You're always crisscrossing. So on your way down to build the structure of the bracelet, you are crisscrossing your threads inside your druck beads and inside your seed beads, right? And then on your way back, we don't cross through our druck beads again. Instead, we put on either side of those 3 little seed beads, and we still crisscross though in our seed bead. So add your beads, crisscross through your seed bead. Add your beads, crisscross through your seed bead. and then you're just going to fill it all the way up until you reach the other side. And then whatever hardware you want to put onto yours, I've kept mine pretty simple with just some jump rings and a lobster clasp, but you could pick out a really beautiful clasp to go on this project for sure. So pretty, so pretty. Really love this project, and it's easy. If you are a beginner with seed beads, this is a really good one to kind of get used to using 2 needles. 2 needles is awkward for anyone, but you do get better at it the more that you do it. This is also a project where when you get really good at the double needle version of this, you can actually do this with 1 needle. I didn't want to show that to you because that's not exactly beginner friendly. But when you get the hang of it, you can take any kind of crossover project like this and do it with 1 needle. It just requires you to reinforce as you go. So you're actually taking extra trips through all the beads, which is actually kind of the way that I prefer to do it, because as Wanda has pointed out, I like to reinforce things like crazy. But you really don't need to do much reinforcing with this one because you go all the way to one end and then you come all the way back. So you're already reinforcing and you don't need to feel like you need to do extra. So super pretty. I hope you guys have enjoyed this project because I think it's a really fun one and it's a great way to use your beads here. So I pulled some Druck beads that I thought were pretty that would go with some of the seed beads that I've shown you guys in the wish kits. You could do this one with the black tube beads and like your other little seed beads. You could use any of the other ones. You could use the hematite, you could use the red or the silver. That would be really pretty. I think a black and silver bracelet with like a bronze colored Druck bead or a black matte Druck bead could be really pretty. So you can get a lot of really cool combinations. And then when you're done, as you can see, it doesn't take a lot of seed beads to create this. You still have a ton of beads left over for other projects. You can do the piece ring that's included with your wish kit, or you could look at some of the other patterns that we have, the other projects that we have on Art Beads, or you can come up with your own and get super creative. A lot of fun. Definitely would like to encourage you to check out the other projects from the other designers. Julie made some really beautiful fringe using some of the beads from the wish kits that you could incorporate even into like home decor and craft projects. So yeah, be super cool. All right, guys. So let's see. We've got a couple of things to handle here. We are going to do a giveaway here in just a second. I also wanted to mention again that we do have a sampling of some of the 75 plus new seed beads that we have added to the website, because why not? We are in a seed bead frenzy at the moment. We've got up to 35% off on all of the seed beads. That does include our Make-A-Wish kits here that are originally $28.99, but right now during the sale are $19.99. So you can grab these during the sale, which is fantastic. Click on the shopping bag to see all of those and to see all of the other beads that I have. But I wanted to show you guys some of my favorite colors from the new beads that are here, and then one to kind of laugh at because it makes me think of Wanda. Now, if there's one in particular you guys want to see, just let me know. I have all the ones that are loaded into the show, so if you see them in the shopping bag and you want to see them, I can absolutely show them to you. But I wanted to show you some of my favorites because I don't want to go through all of them. There's a lot, but I love this one. This one is an inside color luster frosted black diamond opaque, which sounds nothing like what it looks like, but look at it. It's so cool. It is just the coolest. It's like, I don't know. It looks like it glows from the inside. It's such a cool bead. It's like black diamond on the outside, but then it has this like crazy green yumminess. I don't know. I just think it's really cool. It's a super neat color. Then this one is one of my favorites. We're going to do a giveaway here in just a second. This one is a hex bead, which I absolutely love. If you like to add texture to your designs, hex beads are a really cool way to do it. I look at hex beads like a faceted seed bead because that's essentially what they are. They're hex shaped, as you can see here. This is a size 11, but I love the color. This is the rainbow smoky topaz. They're so pretty. have that really beautiful rainbow effect to them. So they are purple, green, gold, topaz, like blue. It has all of the things, and the hex shape to it, because it acts like a facet, it really adds some really cool shimmer and shine to your designs. Don't be afraid of hex beads. You can use these in almost exactly the same way that you would any of your other beads. Particularly if you're used to using delicas for things, hex beads, you're not gonna have any trouble with them at all. They add really cool texture to your designs. And then Wanda says that size 15 seed beads don't exist, because I mean, really and truly, they're the tiniest beads ever, and you can barely see them. So I have a remedy. I have a remedy for Wanda's problem with the 15s. What if the 15s, Wanda, were a color that you could not miss? Now you can no longer deny that they exist. Look at this pink. Oh my gosh. First of all, this pink is incredible. Inside color, matte, crystal, neon, pink lined, and they're size 15s. So yes, they're those little beady baby beads. Little beady baby beads make wonderful spacers. They're great for projects, but there's no way you can deny that this bead exists, because that color, you can see that from outer space. It's so pretty. Love it. So pretty. So now, Wanda, if you ever come across a project that needs 15s and you're like, yeah, right, consider the hot pink ones, because they're much easier to chase around your bead mat. I think they're fabulous. That pink is wonderful. If I were a cartoon character, this is the color my hair would be. Like, the best I can do in real life is red, but in my cartoon world, this is the color that my hair would be for sure. Love it. So pretty. So pretty. So be sure you check out all of the other seed beads that are listed in the show today. Those are all available to you at the shopping bag. I'm going to give you guys a second to do that, and we are going to do another giveaway. We're going to do another giveaway. So like we have done previously with our giveaways, the past 2 giveaways I've done, it's a really fun way to get to know our community. So what we are going to do is, in a second, I'm going to pause the show. And when I pause the show, a picture is going to appear on the screen. That picture is a picture of a design created by one of our community members. Now, it's not me. It's not one of our designers. It is a community member, meaning one of our fabulous art bead customers that has created a piece of jewelry using beads from Art Beads and has posted that picture in our Facebook group, Serious Art Beaters. Okay, so you have to tell me when we come back, first person to tell me the name of that community member wins one of these Make-A-Wish kits. Not only does the person who comes up with the right answer do they win, but the creator of the piece that is being shown also is a winner as well. So hopefully that person is watching. If you happen to be watching and you know that it's you, don't scream out, it's me, it's me, it's me. Don't put that in the comments. Let everybody guess first, because you're already going to be a winner. So, all right, you guys ready? You ready? Let's do it. You got to be here on the main page. Let's do it. Wanda says, okay, neon 15s might exist, right? They might. I mean, I have an orange one too, by the way. That's pretty bright. That's also a 15, but the pink is my favorite. This one is the neon salmon color. Really pretty. Yeah, just a few of the new seed bead colors that are available. All right, I'm going to press pause. All right, so when I press pause, that picture is going to come up. In a couple of seconds, I'll come back. First person to tell me who created that is our winner. All right, ready? Everybody get ready. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, hold please. Good luck, everybody. Who can tell me who was the creator of that beautiful piece that you saw? First person with the correct answer in the comments section wins, as well as the creator. Ready? Go. Nope, it's not me. It's not me. It's not me. It's not one of our other design team members. It is one of our community members. I saw somebody say, I'm new here. There's no way I can win. That is not true. Head over to our Facebook group, join our Facebook group while you're there, and then scroll through the pictures until you can find the one that matches and the name of that community member, unless you just happen to get lucky and just guess. But, yep. Mary says, I remember that post, just not the name. Who could it be? Who could it be? I love it because this always, it doesn't always. The first time around, it didn't take a whole lot of time. But this past time that we did this, it took you guys a little bit of time to figure out who the maker was. So give me the name of that maker. First person to get it wins. In the meantime, I'm going to scoop up my seed beads here. It was beautiful, right? It was so pretty. It was a pair of beautiful wire nest earrings. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Wasn't me, Gina. Eric says, I love that it takes forever. I do too. It cracks me up. Let's take a look at the bracelet today. We need some like background music to go with this. What's going on? Who did it? Who did it? Need some music to play. I can lay out some more seed beads for you if you want to see some more beautiful colors. Right? Not like those easy questions that you guys could just Google real quick. You didn't see anything? The project that you saw wasn't mine. It is from one of our community members, 100%. Now, it was 100% inspired by a project that I made, which is why I picked it. But look at these beautiful beads, you guys. They're so pretty. Over 75 new colors added to the website of beautiful seed beads, and this is just a very small sampling. Are the gold beads in the kit? They are in the kit. The ones that I used in today's project, they are available in the Make-A-Wish kit, the number 3 kit. So I can actually put those back so I can show you. So there are the gold lined. No winners yet. The tube beads in the gold. There's the black tube beads. Beautiful purple. The silver lined. This really pretty kind of soft bronze gold. A red and then a hematite color. Patrick Mahomes did not make that project. I can promise you that. What is happening? Is there a question? Was there a question? Denise says, that's where I saw it. It's a Sara project. Of course it was. It was inspired by me. There was a winner. There was a winner. Who was it? Who was it? Oh my gosh. I missed it. I was piddling away. Let's see. Who? Congrats to Susie! Susie got it. Susie got it. It was Karen Beckler. And congratulations to Karen Beckler as well, because Karen Beckler will also win one of these beautiful Make-A-Wish kits. I love it. It took you guys forever. It's fantastic. I'm gonna turn you around. It's so much fun. It's so much fun, you guys. I love it because it takes a little bit more time than it does. You have to really want to win in order to find that answer. You got to really scroll to get through that. So congratulations, Susie. That is fantastic. Well done, my friend. Well done indeed. All right, guys, I'm going to show you these one more time. Now, this is a great opportunity at this point at the end of the show to, number one, finish your checkout process, because sometimes when we've got a sale going on or things are in limited quantities, they can run out. So if you don't go ahead and check out and finish your shopping experience completely, you may come back later to that cart and it may have some items missing. So you definitely want to finish your shopping process. It's also a great opportunity to, if you've got a question for me, or if you have got a suggestion for a project that you would like to see or something like that, let me know. You've got a couple of minutes here before we go. It's a good opportunity to do so. If there were any questions that I missed, now's a good time to speak up. Speak up. This is that wish number 1. Sometimes it kind of helps to see things from a different perspective, right? So in relation to like my hand and my face, it's a great face cover. It's not too big, but it would very nicely fit into a stocking. You could very easily wrap this up to give as a gift to somebody. This is the number 2 with the beautiful pastels. So pretty. And then the one that I used today was the number 3. I've used this one to create a ring with, and we used it today to create our fabulous bracelet project. Really pretty. I love these little kits. They're super cool. They have the pattern inside. They have a little bead mat and a needle and some thread. It's a great gift to anybody who is a maker or potential maker. It's also just a really nice thing to have to add to your own stash. You can create some really great projects with the beads that are included, and just like the bracelet that we did today, very easily just using a few of the beads, and I still have plenty left over to create some more things. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed those, because I really have enjoyed showing them to you and working with them. Also, be sure, guys, that you are signing up for our newsletter and that you are signing up for our text messages. The text messages is a great way to stay on top of when we go live, because it's like a little reminder to you. Sometimes I set reminders on my phone, and for whatever reason I don't do it correctly and the reminders don't go off. So being part of the text messaging for Art Beads is a great way to know. I get a little notification that says Julie's live, Julie's going live, or Deb's live. So it's a great way to remind me when I get busy during the day to go and check out those videos. You can also go back and watch those videos on replay anytime you want to. So if you need to rewatch today's project, or you need to stop and start and rewind and all that, you can do that with ease by checking out the replay of today's project, as well as our library of other projects. It's fantastic. I'm running out of air. Breathe, Sarah, breathe. Also, be sure that you are a member of our Serious Art Beaters group on Facebook. That is a great place to continue the conversation that we have here in the comment section. It's also a great place to post your pictures, because you never know when your picture might be selected as the winner, and or you might just see a picture and be inspired to create something, and you might know the answer to the trivia when we ask. So a lot of great reasons to be a part of our wonderful Facebook community. So head on over there and join if you have not. If you're new, we want you to come and be a part of this amazing community. So, all right, everybody, it looks like we're here at the end of the show now. If there's not any major questions or anything else, I'm going to go ahead and release you for the weekend. I hope that you guys have had a great show. I hope you had a great week. Thanks for letting me be a part of your beady journey. As always, you can catch me back here, same time, same place next Friday with another fun project for you guys. Who knows what you're going to see next week? So be sure you tune in, not just to me, but to our other incredible designers as well, to see what's hopping over on artbeads.com, because we've always got something fun coming your way. All right, friends, I love you so much. Have a great night, and I will